Hello and welcome back. This is DannyCode, and we are continuing on with our Mashinky playthrough here. And in this episode, we got a list of things to do. One of those things is going to be going into the next era. We definitely have enough tokens to do that. But before I do that, we'll do that at the end of the episode. But before we do that, I want to make sure that that I upgrade the trains that are getting all rusty and there's a ton of those, so we're going to upgrade all those and make sure that we have pretty much all Bangles on the railway here before we go into the next era. And I also like to boost our oil industry, so let's go over and look at that real quick. So let me just rotate here, and if we go over and look at our oil industry, we really have not been paying attention to it, and it's been adding up, but we haven't been using any. So we have some refined oil tokens down here. As you can see, we have over 4,000 of them, but that's only because we have literally this one train here coming from the oil wells here and picking up oil, bringing it to the refinery here, and we only have one train that I know of doing that. And then we only have one train, or do we have two trains? No, we have two trains. I see two trains, so 1 and 2. So we have two trains, but it's still not enough. And then I think we only have one coming from the refinery going to the factory over here, and that's not good. So, and then yeah, so we really have to boost this up, and we already have these two other oil wells hooked up, so we have enough of those hooked up already. We just have to start delivering it to the refinery, and we may have to hook up to another refinery too once we get done with all that. So we really have to boost that up. And also what I'd like to do is I'd like to expand the station, since this is going to be, I think, pretty busy. So we do have a toolworks here, we're doing passenger rail, we're also going to be doing the factory here as well. So I'd like to do at least 4 platforms, so we'll do that as well. So first things first, let's go ahead and look at these trains. Let's press pause here real quick. Look at these. They are rusty as all get out. Look at that guy. He is in definite major need of replacing. So we're going to do those, and there's a ton of them around. I say that, now I'm not going to be able to find any. But there's a good amount of them around, and I keep coming across them. So let's go ahead and do that first. And of course I'm not going to find another one. That's okay. So let's go ahead and start that process. And to do that, we're going to go into the replace here, or the upgrade. Let's just close the depot and kind of expand that way. These are all done. We don't have any more Baldwins, so let's just remove that. And so what we're going to do, so we have 18 of these. We have 2 of these. We're probably going to replace that. I don't know where this guy is. Did I make? Is there one on? I don't remember getting that guy, but we're going to look into that in a minute. For now, let's just go ahead and do these 284 Class 65s into Bangles, and I think we should be okay. So these 284 Class 65s, they run on coal, and the Bangles run on money or credits. So let's just go ahead and let's just go back into the station and look at that real quick. So engine, so I didn't want to buy that. Oops. Oh well, we got enough money. It's fine. It'll be fine. So the 284 class runs on coal, as you can see, and the Bangles run on 3 money tokens. So that's going to be another consideration too. So after we upgrade here, we have enough credits. I'm good to upgrade, but after we upgrade, I don't want our credits to start creeping down as they do. So I'm going to look for at least 1 or 2 passenger, mail, or goods routes to exploit to make sure that we don't run out of tokens. So we're going to do that as well. Now, let's go back to the upgrade menu here. And okay, so these to the Bangles, and let's go ahead and add that. All right, so we have 18 of them, and I think we should be fine. And again, we have also these 2 clovers, and these clovers have been just awesome. Like the lockups, it just reduced the lockups to pretty much none. So far I haven't had a lockup on the clovers. Anytime I do have a lockup, it's going to be on one of these T-junctions or something like this. So that's where the lockups are going to be, or other places that aren't the clovers is what I'm trying to say. So these have been great so far, and I pushed a lot of traffic through these so far as well. All right, and what I was going to say is that we have these 2 clovers coming up into the station, or into the depot here, so we should be fine. So let's go ahead and just do all of them. And there we go. So that should start those guys upgrading. And in the meantime, let's go ahead and just kind of look here at our oil industry again. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and replace this with a clover. As I said, the clovers are they're just great. Like I'm gushing over them. We'll replace this one with a clover as well. And yeah, and I'm looking for another refinery as well. So let's just kind of look for one of those. I know there's... Oh, so here's one right here. Is that a good one, though? Here's a refinery. This is going to be really hard to kind of do, maybe, but... Oh, no, I take that back, because this refinery... So, it's going to be hard to expand the station, though. But there's not a lot of traffic at this station. So, that's maybe a possibility. I don't know. We might be able to put like just a secondary station here, and then maybe tunnel under? I don't know. That's going to be a nightmare. And what is going on with this catchment? That's weird. That's very strange. What is going on here? Okay. So that's just a slowdown. Not a big deal. Alright, so that refinery maybe, and maybe this refinery here I think would work as well. Just close that. So this refinery is probably a possibility, I think. And we can just stick like a clover here and then go into it. We'll actually have a town here too as well, so we can hook that up. Man, there's a lot of possibilities. We have an oil well here as well. And another refinery. Oh boy. And another factory over here. Nice. Cool. So we have definite options. Alright, let's see how our upgrades are going. So it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we have 4 already. Let's look at the traffic here. So it doesn't look like there's a lot of traffic waiting. We got a little bit of, excuse me, we got a little bit of traffic here waiting, but it's not too bad. And this should, yeah, that should sort itself out real quick. And it did. So that'll give that guy room to come into the station. Or the depot. I keep on calling depot a station. I do apologize. Yeah, so these guys are doing good. Let's just speed this up to top speed here. Make sure that we get everybody in. So that shouldn't take too long to do these. So let's just kind of watch this a little bit here. So here we get another upgrade. We got 2 upgrades coming in, so there's 1 upgrade here and 1 upgrade there. So yeah, it's pushing traffic into these clovers, but they're handling it. Here's another upgrade here coming in. But yeah, still, I mean, it's slow, but it's moving through. So no lockups. You know, I don't mind it being slow for the most part. I mind the lockups. Like, those are a nightmare to sort out a lot of times. So, but yeah, it looks like we're doing very good. All right, so this is our last upgrade here. So now we should definitely have not one single rusty. Ooh, that is really rusty. Look at this. The roof is about to cave in. So that should be our last one, and we shouldn't have any more rusty old engines on the tracks. So, which makes me feel much better. Yeah, this was really old. Look at that thing. 70 years. What is that? Yeah, we're 70 years old there. Alright, so very cool. With that done now, what we're going to do is we're going to look for at least 1, maybe 2 exploits for passengers. Or any other, like, mail, whatever. So let's go ahead and look at our station list. And let's look at this here. And so passengers, so we have, let's see here, so we have 900 here. This is overburdened with passengers. That one has 1,500. So I think, let's look. This one is, that's station 52, and you can kind of tell where they are by numbering. So this is probably mid-game here that we did. So let's just look where, let's put this one up as well. Station 2, 52, and 37. So let's see what we got here. So station 2 is here. So that's very close by. So that's cool. And the station, let me see, 37. Okay, so station 37 is up north here. Is that a fully, yeah, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Didn't look as long as that. So we have a ton of passengers there. Where is 52? 52 is, yeah, 52 is way away. So this is like southeast corner here. So I think, let's forego that one. I think these are going to be the two that we're going to use to put a new passenger train on. So let us do that. But I think because we're coming from here and going up north this way, I think what I'm going to do is I can either come around here and go that way, or leave that alone and I can just put another, I can put another clover right here, clover intersection. But if I didn't do that, if I didn't do some sort of shortcut rail there, this would have to go through this whole nightmare here and then come out this way and then go up that way. So I think, yeah, so I think this is definitely going to be, just put a thing here, put a clover here. So I'm gonna do that. All right, so I'm gonna do a clover here, and I'm going to hook up this refinery and probably put another intersection right here, clover intersection. And then I think also, because we were having lockups here, we're going to try to fit one in here as well. So, okay, so I'm just going to do a quick time lapse. Let's just get rid of these. So 37 and 2, I just want to remember that. 37 and 2. Let's get rid of that, and then we'll prepare. So, okay, so I'm going to go away and do a time lapse, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I think that is going to work. That was a little tough to actually put in. But I think we got, I'm just trying to make sure that this guy's going to go straight again. So, because I had to reverse him out of here to edit this track. Anyways, so I think that will work just fine. And we also put in, like I said, we also put in this one here. So that now has a shortcut to here, which is great. And then we just added these here because we're going to, again, boost up our oil industry. So this was probably kind of important. All right, so now let's go ahead and put on our passenger train from this station here up north. So let's go ahead and do that all real quick. And this should be a good haul as well. So let's see here. The one passenger trains that I like right now are the Bangles with the 5 SCFs. And that seems to be really like one of the best ones now. So let's go ahead and do that, and let's go ahead and have him go from here. And that was station 32, right? I remember is up north there, so we'll find it. So let's go up north, and it was this station here, if I am not mistaken. Let me just look at this. This is station 37, not 32, and that is definitely it. So we have a lot of passengers there. And there we go. So let's start him. And alright. So let's just look at when he has a full load, how much it is. And he only has a short way to go here. I should really replace this as well with this is gonna be kinda hard with this oil well here with a clover, but it should be fine. I'm not afraid of having a few T-junctions because they definitely have their function, because they are much smaller. You can put them in this little smaller area. Alright, so this C, oh wow, so that guy is over almost 1,400 credits for each trip. That's very nice. Wow. And I forget to go and do this every once in a while. But the Bangles are pretty cool because the Bangles have this front camera here. I wish all the trains really had that, but this is pretty cool. So you can just go on the front camera here, and it's pretty nice, like this out in the distance here. Like the scenery, it's pretty fun. Looks pretty darn cool. I like it. And you can see too. Just go up to these real quick here. You can see too now the high-speed rails have the lights, like the normal modern light ones. And if we go, let's see here, go through the tunnel here, and it should only have one part of the clover, a quarter of the clover to go around here. Then once we get out of here, we'll go on to the other rails, the starting rails. Yeah, as you can see here, we have these older articulated signals. So anyways, yeah, and that's another thing I gotta do is I really definitely have to upgrade a lot of these rails, because going into the next era there's definitely going to be a lot of trains that have like a high speed to them, so it'll be a lot more efficient if I have high speed rails. Well, that's pretty neat, that outcropping there. There's the tunnel. That's pretty cool. I just want to go to this mountain here because I noticed one of the times when I was playing it before, the mountain is pretty cool. That's pretty cool. There's like dust going across the plain there. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so we have like this tunnel. This is pretty scenic like this. So we're coming up to this tunnel and it goes through this big old mountain. How cool is that? I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, we definitely need to upgrade all these rails. Alright, enough messing around. Let's go ahead and... Oh, and I forgot too, like these SCFs have inside the cabins, they actually have seating and whatnot. So that's pretty cool. Look at these little tables. That's pretty cool. Alright. Alright, so there's that, and that should be good for now. I'm going to keep a close eye on my money tokens, but that should be good for now, I think. So all that's really left to do now is bolster up and boost up our oil production. So oil production is down here. Let's just go into the other view here. And I did hook up this other refinery in this other town, so that's pretty cool. So the other refinery in another town. I probably should have hooked up maybe these 2 oil wells to feed that, but that we can do in just a minute. But for now, like I said, we have just trains to put on for the oil industry. Should be enough for now. Alright, so we have, let's just see how much oil. So we have a ton of oil. So what we can do here too is on the station. What we definitely need to do is, one, we can put on our signal box. So we'll just put on that, and that should allow us to, extend the platform. And as you can see, let's just go ahead and upgrade these rails. So I'm going to try to do this on areas that I'm already building. So there's that. We also should have probably on here a freight station. So we'll go ahead and put one of those there, and then a storage building, so that should allow storage of a lot more oil. So, and it looks like this oil well is already fully upgraded. So this should be producing just a ton of oil here. So let's see this train here. There we go. So yeah, now we have room for 750 tons, or 750, I don't know if it's tons or not, but it's 750 instead of 200. So cool. So let's go ahead and, so we have the 2 oil trains here, which is fine. We can actually put on at least 1 more, if not 2. So let's go ahead and go to the depot, and then this depot here is fine. Alright, so engines, and definitely doing our Bangles until at least we get into the next era. So Bangles, let's see what we have for oil. Definitely do our warrants here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that should be... I think, 8, maybe 9. Oops. There we go. So 9, definitely 9. Alright, so let's go ahead and give this guy orders and then duplicate him, so we'll have 2 more going here. So let's give him orders first and then duplicate. So going from this station here to, and it doesn't have a long way to go, so just the station here. There we go, and let's go ahead and duplicate before we get out of the station. Perfect. Alright, so that should get a ton more oil going to the oil refinery here. Let's look at the station here. So this station only has 37 refined oil, and then 37, so it's definitely needs a lot more raw oil being delivered, and it can definitely handle, I think, a lot more oil production. So let's look at this as well. So yeah, so we can do some extensions here. Yeah, there's a ton of extensions that well, not a ton, just 3. So let's go ahead and do this first. So this station here has a few upgrades, but it doesn't have a freight station, I don't think. So we'll go ahead and put a freight station right there. And then we'll put a storage building just right there. Alright, so there's that. So now the station can handle a ton more. So that's pretty cool. Now let's look at this oil refinery and see what we can do for extensions. So propane plant, it makes goods, so I'm not too... that's one that I'm not really too keen on getting, but these other 2 definitely. So this additional fractionation equipment. So we're doing some fracking, I guess. We'll put that there. Research laboratory is always good. So we'll just put that next to the fractionation. That's a fun word to say. And if we do need to do it, we'll do a propane plant as well. Because this is actually, so this would actually probably be good. So this would deliver goods to the town. Does the town have a shop? That is the question. That's a pretty cool looking little shop there. Although I think, you know, since it is 2027, probably could do a little bit better than that, but it's a themed town, I guess. So I wonder if these are going to change, like any of the building types, once we go through the eras. Because so far I don't think they have. Maybe they have, maybe they haven't. I don't know. Alright, so let's go ahead, and my theory is that if we have goods delivered here, that it'll just eat up to the town. It'll go to the town. So let's go ahead and do that other extension here. And we'll just stick it on the back there. Perfect. So I think that will work. So let's just look. So we have no goods yet, but we don't really have oil. So when the next tanker comes in, tanker train, so we'll see if we get some goods, and we'll see if they're eaten up. Okay, so let me just look here. Oh yeah, so there it goes. So I saw some goods being delivered there. So if you watch this, you'll see a little dollar sign come out here. There it goes, little dollar sign, or a little dollar token. So yeah, that works. How fun is that? That's pretty cool. I like that. Alright, so that works. Who knew? Okay. Alright, I didn't need that. What's that doing open? Okay, so that's cool. Alright, next step is to actually buy. So let's see what we have. So we should have, yeah, so we have some refined oil piling up here. So let's go ahead and put on one more refined oil train. And yeah, okay. Just kind of looking around to see what's going on. Alright, so let's put on one more oil train here. And again, we're going to do a Bangle. And let's go ahead and put on refined oil. And we'll do the Warren 2s. Very good. Just kind of put this here so we see what we're doing. 355, so that's definitely it. And it's 505, so it's not going to be a double engine. If it was under 4, we would put a double engine on there, but so that's good. What is this doing? So that's doing 84, so that's pretty decent. It's pretty decent. So let's go ahead and just give this guy orders to go from, and again, they don't really have a long way to go, so that's pretty cool. Let's get rid of that. Oh my goodness, so many windows open. Alright, so you're going from this station here, beautiful, to the factory over here. And again, what I wanted to do, and I didn't do it, and I should have done it, is expand this. We'll probably do that after we go into the next era, but it's okay for now. But as you can see, we have trains wanting to come in and kind of being delayed, but it's not too bad just quite yet. So I like to make this at least a 4 platform. Alright, so there is that. Now let's just look at this. Cool. So I think that is good for now. And where's that train that we just put on? Alright, so I think it is time to go into the next era. And let's go ahead and do that, because we definitely have enough to do that. So let's go ahead and buy that, and that. And a little lag on the game there a little bit. Alright, so early electricity era. Very cool. So now we got electric tokens. Electric tokens, like the electric company. Alright, so electric tokens, let's just look for a power. Now there's 2 of them. So there's two types. And oh, those are stations. That's not what I wanted. I want industry. There we go. All right, so there's two types of power stations, or power plants, I should say. And we have coal power plants. Oh, we just have coal. So I thought there was another type. I thought there was an oil one as well. So let me, am I mistaken? Oh, here it is. So there's oil power plants, and we have quite a few of them. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those. And let's turn on these as well. So we have 8 of each. So that's pretty cool. So what these take, let's just go to one here. So what these take is coal going into and making power tokens. And then obviously the other one here is taking oil and then putting that into power. So that's new for this era. But that is, we also have farms, by the way. So farms produce food, right? And the food, I think, is delivered to shops. Here we go. And these are food markets, and these are in towns. So let's just look at that real quick. So we have the goods shops, and then we have the food markets. So there it is. So then we have the food markets in this era as well. So a supermarket. I like it. That is Walmart V1.0. Okay. And there, let's see here. So let's look at the power stations as well. Let's just go look at one of those. This is one of the coal power stations. Nifty. So coal stacks there. Very eco-friendly. And then we have the oil ones. Let's just look at one of those. Close this. And move that over. And again, we have even more stacks. Look at that. So there's the oil burning ones. Very cool. And okay, so let's look at, so what does electric get us? So electric gets us the ability to use electric trains, if I'm not mistaken. And we have new track as well, and we'll go and look at that real quick in a second. So engines. So we should have the electric. So we have electric engines. So we have to have, I forget. So we have to have at least a certain amount of electric tokens before we get electric engines, if I'm not mistaken. I forget what that is. So we'll do that in the next video. So we'll start producing electric tokens, and then we'll see our electric engines. But we also have, let's just kind of zoom out here and go into a section that is developed a little bit. Okay, so basically you have another type of rail, as you can see here. We have now electrified rail. So we can now like upgrade to that as well. So let's just like upgrade a section and see what it looks like. So we can just upgrade these two sections here, and like any other train can run on it as well. It doesn't have to be electric. But here's the electric rail. So as you can see, it has the wires above for the trains to run off of, from the concatenaries. And the electric trains have concatenaries, and they run off these. So unlike all the other trains, like all the other trains basically that aren't electric, so any train can go on anything as long as it's not electric, but electric trains can only go on electric tracks, which makes sense, right? So there is that. I think the signals are the same on these as they are on the high speed. So we have high speed rail here, and we have electric rail here. So as you can see, the signals are just a little bit, no, they're the same. They're the same. I do apologize. So it must have been, let's see here. So that is definitely electric rail. Okay, so the signals are the same. So whatever. So the high-speed rails and the electric rails look like they have the same type of signal. So that's pretty cool. Anyways, so right. So I'm excited for that, and I'm excited for that new electric system button as well. So electric. That's pretty cool. So all right. All right, we are in the next era, and yeah, we're going to leave it there, and I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and if you want to be notified when there's more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I just wanted to mention, too, like next week, I may be skipping next week for an episode, but we will be back very shortly after that with the next Mashinky episode. So I hope to see you guys very, very soon, and I hope everyone is staying safe and doing well. So I'll see everybody very, very soon. Bye for now, guys.